Let's begin with what has played out in very, very recent times. The abductions, the kidnaps, the shutdown of schools, as we hear and see in Niger and Kebbi states. I'm just wondering, from the opposition camp and your standpoint, what exactly are you seeing and hearing?
Well, for us, it reflects a failure in this government. The fundamental responsibility of government is protecting life and property. And experiencing and seeing these things all start to increase, or maybe just the media reporting it a lot more, because there's been a lot of killings all across the Middle Belt. There's been a lot of abductions that have been happening before Donald Trump made the statement that he did. And what is very painful to see is that we have a government that has not really valued human life. They've always solved for the next election. And this did not just start now. Far back as 2018, 19, 22, 2022, 2021, where herdsmen were terrorizing most of the Southwest, the current president was quiet. He's known to have gone on TV and said, where are the cows, when he went to condole with Fasoranti. So there's been silence to the pain and the wailing of Nigerians that have been plagued with this herdsmen and this terrorist killing and actions. And also, you see that continue to government up until when Donald Trump came out and said what he said, which still holds true because, again, they are solving for the next election. We've not heard or seen the president be so responsive or communicating, whether it's just performative, but we've not seen it. I recall when there were killings in Benue, and the president was supposed to go there and condole with them. On a visit that was supposed to be a visit for mourning, we had people lined up on the streets praising him as he came in, and then to later hear that he could not make it to the location. Number one citizen could not make it to the location of these killings. Just goes to show the value that this government puts on the Nigerian life. And that is the thing that needs to fundamentally change, because it reflects on the resources that are spent. It reflects on how you treat people that have failed to protect the Nigerian life. Just recently on this show, you were talking about the Kebbi government, talking about how the military ordered withdrawal of troops before kidnappers came in. This has been going on in Taraba, in Gombe, in several states. Yet, who has been brought to account?
All right.
Right? Who has been brought to account? And you see, you even look at the quality in the decision-making that appointed the Minister of Defense. This is a man that has an EFCC case. This is a man that woefully failed in ensuring security in Zamfara. And you see that the decision-making, again, they're not solving for the well-being or the security of the nation. They are solving for the next election.
Yes.
And this is what's determining who they are pointing into what, how they handle these things. And until Donald Trump started talking about it, there was no spotlight on it.
Yes.
The deaths of Nigerians were met with silence from the government.
Yes.
Right? So it's a wholesome failure that betrays the fact that this government came in to enrich themselves and for position, not in the interest of the people.
All right. So it means you're not buying into all of the moves by Mr. President. He had to boycott the G20 meeting in SA. He had to also shut down some other international trips just to be present.
Why did he have to take a foreign president to put him on the tools to start doing things like this?
And that leads me to my next question, really, Mr. Rosevival. So this decision from the U.S. president to perhaps intervene, which we can see that it has changed the body language of the current administration. I'm not sure which side of the divide you stand, but I know you're in the opposition. So do you support the fact that indeed we need the help, we need the intervention of the U.S. and the U.S. president, Mr. Donald Trump, to come to Nigeria and help us solve this problem? Is that where you stand?
We need our government to sit up and do their job. Their job is to protect lives and property. It is an absolute disgrace that a foreign president had to make these statements for them to start to sit up. We want to see less performative action and more real actions, holding the military accountable for their failures, investing heavily in the military, investing in intelligence gathering, ensuring that the president is empowering the military, creating exercises and incentives that boost their morale, right? Not sending people to the war front completely, they are not armed properly, ensuring that we have proper intelligence to marshal our troops. And this is something that we need to see. It cannot just be performative, cancelling a visit here, cancelling a visit there. The quality of our ministers, the quality of our people that are gathering information, we need to start to deliberately, intentionally highlight who is financing the terrorism. How are they getting intelligence? What is our own intelligence structure? Why do they seem that they are always a step ahead of us? What level of surveillance are we doing? In today's day, we have drones. We need to invest in that to survey, get information, and be ahead of them, right? How are their supply lines being managed? How do we break those supply lines? These are intentional things we expect a government to do. It would be a disgrace as an African, as a proud African, as a proud Nigerian, that as a people, a great nation that we can be with all the potential and intelligence that we have to depend on somebody else to come and protect us. The people that have gone through enslavement, the people that have gone through colonialism, they don't understand that they need to have a robust vision and strategy to secure their borders. So it's a failure on this government, and it highlights their lack of care for the Nigerian life. That's what has just been brought to the fore. But right now, I stand to say that the government must step up. It's time to put their selfish interests aside, time to put aside their focus on the next election, on destroying the opposition, on waging a war that is using violence against the opposition, right? To actually start to address these issues and focus on putting the people first and uniting the nation. You cannot run a tribalistic, bigoted system to electioneer your way into office and then expect people to come together and rally behind you. Now is the time to start reaching hands out, standing against bigotry, uniting people. We have in Lagos, I'm sure you saw the NURTW threatening deaths on opposition parties. They need to step up to that plate so that everybody can be united and focus on putting people first. These are things that we need to see, not people constantly taking pleasure in the destruction of opposition. Meanwhile, your people are dying. Mothers are crying. Those villages are being mass buried. And yet we have silence from you up until Donald Trump started to speak. So we need to see the government step up to their responsibility.